Welcome back to Movies TV Mad. Of course, you can follow me on Twitter at Movies TV Mad. And welcome to this live chat. And I'm very excited to be here, and I hope you're excited to be here as well. And in a moment, we're going to talk about these brand new images of Michael Keaton's Batman, because they're absolutely tremendous, aren't they? They look amazing. They really do. So we're just going to wait for a few people to come in. But it's really exciting. This is the year of the Batman. If I was a Batman stan, I'd be so excited. If this was being done to the character that I stan, Superman, this would be amazing. Of course, this could be happening with Superman secretly. I did see someone say they saw something that very soon Henry Cavill could be announced to be returning in DCEU projects, because WB are feeling the pressure of the hatred from people who are not happy, not knowing what's going on with Cavill's Superman. Of course, they've been trying to keep this a secret for a very, very long time. And so I should have actually done a video about this, and I haven't, but it is looking very exciting that there could be an announcement for Henry Cavill's return. So watch this space for that. John, hi there, John. How's it going? Glad to have you on the live chat. We'll be banding these pictures about throughout the live chat, but look at this. Look at this mother. Look at this beauty. This is Michael Keaton's Batman in a scene with J.K. Simmons. Now, Cooper Hood of Screen Rant, good son. Hey, Mick. Hey, good son. Now, Cooper Hood of Screen Rant seems to believe in an article which I read out on today's pre-recorded DCEU Daily, which will be uploaded later on, and that this is a flashback maybe of Michael Keaton's Batman meeting with J.K. Simmons, Commissioner Jim Gordon, which is very, very interesting. Sorry about the notification there in the way. It will go away in a minute, but this looks brilliant. Cyber Warrior, The Batman 2, The Flash 03, Black Adam, and 04 Aquaman 2 is my anticipated movie. They're all my anticipated movies, my friends. So exciting. Dr. Ashak Zaka, Keaton looks more fit than the entire MCU. Yeah, Keaton is looking good. He may be 70 years old. He works out. He looks amazing. And, you know, it's just really funny to me that he's 70 thing. It's just funny how ageist people can be. Look, isn't this exciting, right? Isn't this awesome? And I think the two directors of Batgirl have done a great job with him here as well, by the way. They did brilliantly with Bad Boys for Life as well. Again, credit to Walter Hamada for bringing those two lads in. And it's exciting. But as I said in my pre-recorded video today, just because Michael Keaton's Batman is now a thing in the DCEU, it doesn't mean that Batfleck won't be in Batgirl as well. Watch this space for that. Dr. Ashisha Zaka, Keaton rocking. Keaton looks amazing. I mean, look. It's amazing. It's fantastic. It's brilliant. Michael Keaton's Batman is back. What's there to be unhappy about? He looks absolutely amazing, and I'm so happy. Cyber Warrior, like it or not, Michael Keaton is absolutely the legend who are not excited to see him again as the Batman. And this is the thing, when the two directors, before it was revealed Keaton would appear in Batgirl, were asked which Batman's in it, they said the Batman. And I think that says everything. That's when I knew it would be Keaton that they were going to reveal in this movie. But yeah, I do feel if this is a flashback with J.K. Simmons, Jim Gordon meeting with Keaton Bats, there could be something where they're investigating what's gone wrong. Why are there different versions of these characters showing up? You know, where is Batfleck if he's not in this movie? Where is Cavill's OG Superman? They're going to investigate. These characters in this new DC universe are weirded out, like you would be. What's going on? So this Flashpoint thing is part of the narrative of the new franchise, which I think is genius. And so, yeah, look, it's brilliant. It's brilliant. Look, he looks fucking amazing. And I'm so happy. There are a few differences to this costume, to the 89 and 92 costume. But again, As Cooper Hood said in his Screen Rant article, which I read earlier on in my pre-recorded DCEU, which will be uploaded later, he said this could just be for comfort purposes and could be added back with CGI. I don't know. I don't care. He looks amazing. And that's what I'm saying. So what do you think about that? Look, he looks amazing. He looks amazing. And the stuff that they're doing within the DCEU now is just so awesome. And of course, you never know how these projects are going to end up. Excuse me. It was always going to be the way that the Batman would make big money and be critically acclaimed. The Batman was never under pressure. But the films that are under pressure, of course, are Black Adam and The Flash and Aquaman and The Lost Kingdom. Those films need to be successful, and nobody knows how those films will be received. But I'm very excited to see them. And we haven't seen much about those projects, and we don't know what's going on with the Batgirl movie in terms of even its release, but we will find out. And Dr. Ashayag Zaka, although this flashback also hints at removing Affleck's Batman from the main timeline, can we hope that when the Snyderverse is restored, he can still engage with Simmons Gordon? Well, as I've stated on my channel many times, I believe that Cavill and Affleck will continue to cameo in these movies and HBO Max projects. But as I said, I do feel their disappearance is part of the narrative. And so, yes, you can expect them to return someday, or even, Batfleck appearing in the Batgirl movie. It's going to be interesting what they're going to do, but it's all part of the narrative. They're not just going to be deleted away and you're not going to see them again. So, yeah, there's lots of hope. What they're doing is very interesting. It's not that they want to delete the Snyderverse. It's they want to add more elements to their franchise, which I think is very important to be inclusive to other DC fans. Something the Snyderverse really didn't really do, I feel. These blimmin' notifications, right? Dr. Shayag Zaka. Also, HBO Max can be a good space for the Snyderverse to continue, even hopefully a theatrical release for the Justice League sequels. Yeah, I would love to see Zack Snyder's Justice League sequels be part of a theatrical run. It would be amazing. Zack Snyder was born to produce cinema. Cyber Warrior. Even I born in 2002 after Keaton Batman era, I admitted that I really enjoy seeing Keaton Batman. Yeah, he's a great Batman. I love his movies. They were great. And it's really exciting to see him back. And as I say, whoever had the idea of bringing him back is a fucking genius. And I don't see what the problem is. So I'm sure even if you were born after, I was around when Batman 89 was being marketed. I have never seen a Batman film, and this includes the Batman being marketed so heavily. It was everywhere. It was the first proper Batman motion picture. It's an amazing movie. They had an amazing Batman and Bruce Wayne. They had one of the greatest actors of all time playing the Joker in Jack Nicholson, and wow, didn't he deliver a rip-roaring performance? So just great to see Keaton back as Batman, and very interesting how this is going to work out. Is he the main Batman in the DCEU? Are there other Batman in the DCEU? There could be some Batman story being developed here as well, which also would be very exciting. We don't know the plans, so it's very important not to shoot our mouths off and say, this one's gone, this one's in. We really don't know what they're doing. And, accounts like My Time to Shine, funny enough, being called that, and Grace Randolph really don't know jack shit. Grace Randolph made a lot of false announcements that didn't come true in the end. John, Michael Keaton Batman had the best Batmobile. He had an amazing Batmobile. But I also loved the Tumbler, and I love Batfleck's Batmobile. That was an awesome design as well. And I like Rob Pattinson's new Batmobile as well. Very practical. Cyber Warrior, Keaton should have 4 Batman movie. Kind of sad it not happened yet. Unfortunately, they went down the campy route. They kind of moved Tim Burton aside, which is very sad, but who knows? It's a bit like Andy Garfield and Spider-Man and Tobey Maguire. They could get more over at Sony. Radkin Bumik. Hi, sir. How are you doing? Well, I'm addicted to your channel. Brilliant. Thank you for being addicted to my channel. And how are you? And I hope you're okay. I'm here to talk about geek. I'm here to talk about anything you want. Obviously, my specialized subject is DC, the DCEU, the DC live action universe, but I'm also a Doctor Who fan. I'm a 24 fan. I like the soaps. I grew up watching Dallas as a young man. I know a lot about entertainment and I love talking about it. So I'm here. I love Star Wars, of course. I like Marvel movies. I don't hate them, but really DC is my thing. So it's great to have you all here. It's also very exciting. There is another screenshot I've got from the Batman, by the way. Where is that? Look at this. We have got a great screen grab here of Alfred Pennyworth. Don't he look good as well? He looks the business. You're not ready for this one either. Looks amazing, doesn't he? Is there anything you want to talk about? Is there anything you want to get off your chest? Cyber Warrior, what I like about DC is because it's not feel cringe like most of the Marvel movie. DC is an interesting place to watch your live action movies. It always has been. I mean, we had Superman the movies, Superman 2, Superman 3, Superman 4, Keaton's Batman, Kilmer's Batman, Clooney's Batman, Superman Returns. We've had some interesting projects. And, of course, the Dark Knight trilogy, the DCEU, which is a very maligned franchise. But listen, there's been a lot of art injected into DC live action, past, present, and future. I think they're really getting their shit together now. I really do. And there is a cohesive plan. I think Matt Reeves is creating his own DC extended universe in his Earth 2, which is also very exciting for me and should be exciting for all DC fans. So there's a lot going on to get our teeth round. The thing is, at the moment, we don't know very much about what's going on until we start consuming the projects. I think the finale of Peacemaker is an interesting one. Look out for that, for some clues and hints for the future of the DC Extended Universe as well. Cyber Warrior, I don't know why most people always mock DC. Please grow up, people. Well, it's easy, isn't it? It's easy to mock something if you don't like it or you don't stand it. Unfortunately, the loudmouths take precedent on social media and the real fans keep quiet. That's the way life goes. Rathkin Bumik, sir, you watched the Batman movie. Just want to know how good Colin was. Colin Farrell has always been, and in this movie is absolutely fantastic. I don't know how he's under all those prosthetics and delivers such a wonderful performance, but it truly is a wonderful performance. And bring on the Oswald Cobblepot, aka the Penguin, HBO Max exclusive series, because that's going to be fun. And when we're looking at about all these projects being greenlit for HBO Max from DC, Green Lantern, the Batman spin-offs, you know, the Wonder Twins, Peacemaker on right now. It's very, very exciting. Vengeance. Robert Pattinson expressed interest in Val Zod as Superman in his Earth 2. What do you think about it? Well, someone told me that was fake, but whether that's fake or not, one thing's for real. Matt Reeves is developing his Earth 2 DC universe to expand and introduce other DC characters. I would be very excited about Val Zod. I think Val Zod has got the best backstory out of all the Supermen in the comics. He's got proper mental health problems. You know, he's hiding away from the world. I think he's a very interesting take on Superman, and that would be great. But you can have a Val Zod Superman on an Earth, right? This is true. You could actually introduce Val Zod, the other black Superman who was kind of inspired by Barack Obama, President Barack Obama, and you can have the white OG Superman all on one Earth. It makes sense, right? The different iterations. So I mean, he's talking about that, and I'll be well excited about that. But there could be more than one version of Superman on one reality. Cyber Warrior, why not we love both Marvel and DC? Why should people be biased? Well, I am biased towards DC, but I also love the Marvel Cinematic Universe and the Sony Marvel Cinematic Universe and the old Fox Marvel Cinematic Universe. But DC is my thing. But yeah, you can love them all, doesn't it? Yeah, there shouldn't be all this hate. You're right. Cyber Warrior, I hope in the future we can have Martian Manhunter solo movie. He's definitely in The Flash, apparently. So that's exciting. Yeah, I would love to see a Martian Manhunter movie. Such a great character. John, how long would you like The Flash movie to be? I'm hearing that's about the length of the Batman, that movie. So I'm very excited. But yeah, I'd be very happy. The longer that film is, the better. That film really needs to have space to breathe. Radkin Bummick, so what do you think if any Suicide Squad member make appearance in Peacemaker final episode? What if Will Smith make a cameo? Will Smith would rock my fucking world because, is it Deadshot? He was amazing in the first film. But do you know what? Joe Kinnaman's Rick Flag never should have been killed off. And if James brings him in the finale, that would make me very happy. I like James Gunn. I like what he's doing in DC. Shouldn't have killed off Rick Flag. Hopefully it's a fake death. And he returns in that series finale. Could be anyone, though. Could be Superman, could be anyone. Let's see what Gunn is planning. Terry Young, read Pattinson and Reeves' discussion, robbing and the A-Death in the family arc in recent interview. Do you think Reeves already has plans for Jason Todd? Yeah, I think he's got plans for the whole Bat family, but Jason Todd will be introduced. The death in the family is very important story in comic book history. Basically, it was written because everyone hated Jason Todd, right? I feel you've got to set up the Batman family first. Don't rush it before you do that story. Then you can let it breathe. But you shouldn't do what Zack Snyder did. I love a lot of his DC stuff, but he should never have killed Dick Grayson off screen, as we've discussed many times. But yeah, he's got plans for everything. He's molding his own DC universe. The Matt Reeves extended DC cinematic and television universe is a thing. It's coming. You'll see the molding of it in the Batman movie, and I think that's very, very exciting. It is for me anyway, so yeah, lots of plans. Dr. Shea Zaka, there is a lot of talk that the Air Cut will be released soon. That will bring more depth to the Snyder and Airverse, especially Joker's arc and the larger DC canon. Yeah, I want to see that movie. I'm interested. I'm worried for David that I hope he doesn't get maligned and doesn't get called this or that. It's a pretty much finished movie, but I really do want to see it because that's what a multiverse should be, right? Everyone should have a place to shine in the DC multiverse. So I hope it's true. I hope it's happening. I think that's something that's going to be left at David Zaslav's and Warner Discovery's door. We may have to wait a while yet till it happens. I think it will eventually happen. Radkin Bumik, do you think Kingdom Come Superman will be in the Flash movie? If you're talking about Brandon Routh, Christopher Reeve's version of Kingdom Come, I'm not necessarily sure if it's going to be the Kingdom Come version or maybe kind of the Superman 78 in the comics version. I believe Brandon Routh's Superman, somehow, some version of him will be in the Flash movie. And Brandon Routh's Superman deserves that. And we want to see him have, maybe HBO Max project, movies. But if I was them, because I've read Superman 78, I think it's a great idea for a comic book story, by the way, I would adapt Superman 78. I think that would be great. And that's what I would do with Brandon Routh's Superman, because Superman 78 is a great read. If you haven't read it, you really should. Cyber Warrior, I want Talon, Deathstroke, and Black Mask to be the next villains in Matt Reeves' Batman movie. Yeah, I mean, look, there's such a long list, and these things are going to take time. I'm not exactly sure Matt's exact plans for the future of his Earth 2, but yeah, these people will show up. But I think you're going to have to be patient because we just can't throw everyone in straight away. But yeah, Black Mask is a great character, and shame they killed him off in Birds of Prey, I suppose. That was the message. Let's kill all men. Margot Robbie's gone a bit nuts, hasn't she? But yeah. But I'd love to see those characters for sure. Talon, Deathstroke. I don't know who Talon is actually. But yeah, look, I'm sure Matt has plans for all these characters. So look, it's a great time to be a fan. Artisan, I'm seeing too many propaganda merchants on Twitter. You will continue to see these babies kicking and screaming and crying. If I was you, I mean, I do put laughing emojis on quote tweets of them, but at the end of the day, you can't let them get to you. They have no power. What they say doesn't matter. If it helps them sleep at night, I say good luck to them. But yeah, it's best to ignore them. That's for sure. Because at the end of the day, we can't control what people say. But at the end, as I say, in the end of the day, it doesn't really matter what they say. These things are happening. Now, as I say, even if the Snyderverse is restored, they'll never stop. They will never stop with their negativity. They can't help themselves. They're people that just, as I say, need to be ignored. But that's exactly what they are. They're propaganda merchants. And that's all they are. They're fake propaganda merchants. They don't know what they're talking about. And I don't know. This is the problem with Twitter. It's a reactive platform, isn't it? Rakim Bumik. If Matt Reeves introduced Mr. Freeze, who can play this role? My suggestion is Sam Worthington. What you say, sir? Sam's a really good actor. I like unknowns in these roles. I just like actors that people don't know much about. I mean, Sam Worthington isn't the most famous actor out there. That could certainly work, but there's a lot of great actors out there. I mean, I don't have a specific pick in the back of my head I could pick out. But yeah, the important thing is that Matt Reeves will do a really grounded version of Mr. Freeze. I discussed this on my pre-recorded DCEU Daily. We'll be uploading later on after I finish this video. But yeah, I think because Victor Freeze, I mean, I said it on my video. Imagine being Victor Freeze as he is originally. He's later known as Mr. Freeze. But imagine being Freeze, right? You preserve your wife who's got a condition that's killing her. You're trying to find a cure, and then something goes wrong and you have to wear a suit to keep your temperature down. What would that do for you psychologically? So I think that Reeves doing an adaptation of Mr. Freeze would be absolutely fantastic. And he's already spoken about it. And I think that's exciting. So, yeah. Was he asked about Mr. Freeze and he was just responding, or did he bring it up? If he brought it up, that means he's planning something, but he could be planning something. Again, we don't know what Matt's proper plans are, but Victor Freeze in the Matt Reeves cinematic universe would be a lot of fun, and I'd love to see it because the character has so much potential. I mean, we all remember seeing Arnold Schwarzenegger as Mr. Freeze, very campy, very silly, but it did what they wanted to do with it. What can you say? It wasn't the thing back then to do deep and meaningful, CBM. So you've got to forgive them. But I still think Schwarzenegger was very entertaining as Mr. Freeze. Cyber Warrior, I think the next Rob Batman villain are Talon, the Court of Owls. The Court of Owls obviously is a big thing, and that's something you definitely had to flesh out. Scott Edward, what's up? Hello, Scott. How's it going? We were talking about Michael Keaton's Batman. We have clear images now. I'm sure you've seen them. Very exciting. He's in Batgirl. He's in the Flash movie as well. And he looks amazing in his brand new costume. Scott Edwards, did you read the Black Adam article I sent you the other day? Do you know what? And I apologize for this, Scott. I forgot to read it. Maybe you can talk to us here about it. I did forget to read it, actually. It was something about a villain, wasn't it? It was something about the villain that could be introduced. So I forgot his name now. I did read the article a little bit. Lot going on, I'm afraid, and sometimes the old mind goes. There's so much things reaching me daily with DCEU news and DC live action news. And of course, very busy because the Batman is being marketed. Scott Edwards, I've been working in the days, so I haven't been able to tune in a few days. That's okay. We're all busy. Cyber Warrior, Michael Keaton Batman is bigger legend than Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. I would put them on an equal footing, actually. I think they're both iconic, representing those characters. Terry Young, I love how the Batman includes at least 3 members of the Rogues Gallery. The old Batman movies usually never had more than 2 tops. Reeves is really building a great world. Yeah. The point is that he doesn't write films, and he's not going to be writing these films to have an antagonist versus Batman. There's a deeper story here. It's not just about a villain versus a hero. And I think once people see the movie, they'll understand that. Scott Edwards, the villain of Black Adam is supposedly Sabbac. Yeah, I don't know who Sabbac is, actually. It'd be interesting to find out what's going on with that film, but that is a very excited, anticipated movie of mine. I think that's really going to expand the DC universe. The JSA being involved in that is so awesome. Rakatin Bumik, sir, what do you think about Black Adam movie? Will Dr. Fate and Black Adam could be damn awesome? Yes, yes. I'm very excited for Black Adam. You know, the JSA being involved, Hawkman, Dr. Fate, you know, hopefully Hawk Girl as well. We haven't heard anything about her, but hopefully so awesome. They're going to, I mean, Hawkman and Black Adam are definitely going to have an initial fight before maybe they unite as friends. It's going to be amazing to see what The Rock has done with this movie. Very awesome, very awesome. We're really spoiled in the year of 2022 for DC live action content, and I can't believe it. It's amazing, isn't it? I can't believe the world we live in. Very spoiled. This is a long time coming for DC fans who have been starved of real kind of faithful interpretations of these DC comics and DC characters. Cyber Warrior, my first choices for Mr. Freeze actor is Mark Strong. He would be very good, actually. Mark's been heavily involved with DC in the past. Green Lantern, Shazam. It would be amazing to see him as Mr. Freeze, Victor Fries. That would be great. That would be a great piece of casting, actually. I definitely ratify and approve that casting. Cyber Warrior, Black Adam movie will connect to the Shazam next movie. Yes, absolutely. I expect a post-credit scene that kind of links into that as well. The thing is, Shazam 3 is the place that Shazam and Black Adam will finally, you know, throw fists, and I can't wait. Scott Edwards, send you the article on Twitter again. Let's have a look, Scott. I'll take a look at it now, and you can send me your takes and your opinions. If you're just coming in, thank you very much. So let's have a look. Accept cookies, which probably means they're going to fucking spy on me, but never mind. What is going on here? No, I don't want preferences. Go away. This is ridiculous. This is just for an article. Who is Sabak? The Black Adam movie villain hasn't yet been fully revealed, but has been strong. Look, they're doing it again. Oh, this is ridiculous. Right. Let's start again. The Black Adam movie villain hasn't yet been fully revealed, but has been strongly rumoured by several sources, with one source reconfirming the villain's name today as Sabak. The Black Adam main bad guy, being Sabak, makes a lot of sense when the character's looked into, as he is an enemy that works for both Black Adam and his own opposite number, Shazam. Interesting. Who is the Black Adam Sabak villain, and who is playing him? The main villain in Black Adam is strongly rumoured to be Sabak. Terry Young, if Reeves really builds up the Bat Fam, I think a joint adaptation of The Killing Joke and Death in the Family would make for a great full film. Very dark, but imagine what Reeves could do with that. Oh, yeah, Terry, that would be absolutely sensational. Lots of potential there. Ratkin Bumik, in which upcoming DC project Peacemaker will appear? What do you think, sir? Peacemaker, well, he's just finishing off his own series. I don't know. Maybe we may even see him in Black Adam. Who knows? Because those films are clearly connected. Don't forget that James Gunn's good wife, who plays whoever she plays, is going to turn up with Task Force X and abduct Black Adam at the end of the Black Adam movie. Who says or not if Peacemaker could turn up as well? That'd be very exciting. Cyber Warrior, Shazam movie is underrated yet. Shazam movie is very, very good, especially for kids and families. It was a big success for them. Rumored to be Sabak, who is mostly a Shazam villain, but has had associations with Black Adam in the past, including in the New 52 run of Shazam, where Black Adam teamed up with Sabak to destroy Philadelphia. 2019 Shazam movie is strongly based on this run. Shazam and Black Adam teamed up to fight Sabak in the older 52 comic series, where Black Adam was a major character, and which seems to be an influence on the Black Adam movie. Well, New 52 seems to be an influence on the entire of the DCEU. Sabak is called a dark opposite to Shazam, whereas Shazam and Black Adam got their powers from the gods, Sabak got his from demons. His name comes from Satan Emil Bizel, but Asmodeus and Kraxis, like with Billy Batson and Tef Adam, the demons choose a champion to get their powers, with names including Timothy Carnes and Ishmael Gregor. Websites The Illuminati and Murphy's Multiverse previously reported that Sabak would be the villain of Black Adam, with Murphy's Multiverse writer JJ confirming that it still seems to be the case. Eclipso still as main villain, or is it Sabak? Very interesting. Eclipso is not in the movie. The main villain is Sabak. Very interesting. The rumors suggest that Marwan Kenzari, Aladdin, the mummy, is playing the Ishmael Gregor version of Sabak. How awesome is that? He's a great young actor. Scott Edwards, is Catwoman a good guy in the Batman? You have to go and see. I'm not delivering you information like that. Cyber Warrior, am I the only one? Am I the only one to think that Black Adam is on par with Darkseid? He's very, very powerful. Rash McBummy, can we get to see George Clooney's Batman in the Flash movie? I don't think that's the case, but who knows? I don't think they're even dealing with that as multiversal canon. Kazari's role has not been yet announced, but the Illuminati suggested he's playing someone called Ishmael seeking the crown of Sabak, a mysterious crown featured in the Black Adam teaser footage. So it may well be this item. There have been a lot of rumors regarding the Black Adam movie, from a crossover with the Suicide Squad to maybe featuring an appearance by Wonder Woman, but fans won't find out for sure until closer to its July 2022 release. So a very, very interesting article, Scott Edwards. And facts for that. But yeah, I mean, George Clooney says he's not involved. I don't know if he's lying. And journalists have told me, and people, insiders have told me, that it's only Batman and Batman Returns that are a DCEU canon when the multiverse is all clicked together. A Cyber Warrior, George Clooney Batman looked goofy, suck. Yeah, look, it wasn't the best. It was okay in places, but they tried. This is why you shouldn't get big stars to play these characters. I don't think Rob Pattinson is what you call a star, by the way. Scott Edwards, favorite Arrowverse crossover? I think Flash versus Arrow, one of the early ones, is the best. I thought the more we went into it, I mean, Crisis on Infinite Earths is amazing in patches. In patches, it's let down, but there's some great stuff in that as well. But Flash versus Arrow, the early ones, that was a really good one as far as I'm concerned. Rashid Bumik, George Clooney will help Reverse Flash. Maybe George is the Reverse Flash. That would be a turn up for the books, wouldn't it? But no, I don't think Clooney's involved. So I think Keaton is as far as it goes in terms of Batman, and Batfleck, of course. But who knows? We could get an appearance in the Flash movie from Christian Bale. There have been rumors. Cyber Warrior, Black Adam movie hype is real. Yeah, look. Black Adam looks an amazing movie. I'm very excited. Scott Edwards, did you like the Invasion and Earth X crossovers? I didn't really like Earth X because they were going back to the Nazis, weren't they, and all that. And they just won't leave all that alone, and it gets boring. It's part of their propaganda. It was an okay episode. Invasion was a lot of fun. I thought that was cool. Back in the days when everyone was part of the Arrowverse and everyone's kind of having their shows cancelled now, which is a little sad, isn't it? But yeah, the Earth X crossover, I just could see a lot of propaganda in it. And yeah, it doesn't interest me. Hollywood and their politics, hey, we must never forget. And yeah, I think there's more important problems in the world than a war that happened, 50 or 60 years ago. That's just my opinion. Ratmin Bumik, when will we get a Man of Steel 2? Really missing hard Henry Cavill. I did read something about Henry Cavill. I was talking about it on my live when I first came on. I'll try and find the tweeter. Good son, I have a question I didn't ask you in the last live. Ask away. I'm not going to tell you how big it is. I'm not going to brag about my, how proficient I am as a lover. Anything else you can ask me. Good son, are there iconic Batman shots in the Batman? Of course. Or like incredible iconic Batman moments? Of course. Or for example, like that legendary epic upside shot of Batman walking towards Penguin, if you know what I mean. Yeah, I mean, you've seen that already, so you know that's already one iconic shot. Terry Young, who's your favourite Bat family member other than Batman? Also favourite villain? Well, I grew up on the 1960s series and I loved Dick Grayson. And, you know, I love him as just, you know, the OG Robin. I thought his partnership with Batman is so awesome and he's my favourite member for sure. Scott Edwards, I thought Earth X has some amazing fights, action sequences. It did, Scott. You're right. It's not a terrible episode at all. But I do get bored of Hollywood going on and on about the Second World War and the Nazis. It's boring because there are real problems out there right now. And telling us they don't want us to forget, blah, blah, blah. It happened. It was terrible. Let's deal with the problems today's society, you know, has to deal with. This is why I'm not interested in Christopher Nolan's Oppenheimer, because back again to the same old war. They don't want us to forget. If you want to do real issues in movies and entertainment, deal with the problems of struggling families and people's everyday problems, for Christ's sake. Let's get past the Second World War. It's boring. Good son. Thanks, Mick. You're welcome. Ratim Bumik. What is your favorite DC hero villain? What is your favorite DC hero and villain? Easy. This is easy for me. It's always been, seeing Superman the movie was my first ever introduction to DC. It's Superman and Lex Luthor. I love Superman. Superman got me through a lot of tough times in my life, going to school, getting bullied, feeling suicidal, and putting Superman the movie on VHS and feeling that there was stuff to live for was very important to me. And Lex Luthor, he's a genius, he's intelligent, he's a scientist, he's fucking nuts, he hates Superman. I love them both. And yeah, they're my favourites. Cyber Warrior, all 5 Justice League casts had to stay, especially Ben Affleck and Henry Cavill. Obviously, Cyborg and Ray Fisher isn't an option. That's Ray's fault, nobody else's. But I agree about the rest. And I think, I mean, I don't know. Look, I just don't know what they're going to do with it. So we're going to have to wait and see. I still think they're all going to cameo in future movies, but they're adding to this. They're evolving this franchise. And I think after what's happened since the inception of the DCEU, I think that's very important. Yeah, I just want to... hang on. Scott Edwards. So will Wonder Woman and Aquaman not be affected by Flashpoint? It's interesting. I don't think they should. I don't think they'll be affected. I think everyone is affected because they're going to see these differences in the universe and they're going to want to know why. But yeah, I think that Shazam, Wonder Woman, Aquaman probably won't be affected so much within their narrative from Flashpoint because they're happy with those characters. And at least they're happy with the first Wonder Woman movie. They may delete the second one from canon. I don't know what they're planning. It's very interesting. And we haven't heard very much lately about Wonder Woman 3 either. I still think Patty Jenkins should be removed from that. That's just my opinion. Yeah, I want to find this bit of Henry Cavill news that someone was spreading because I think it's kind of interesting. Ragnar Booming, WB should make Justice League Dark with Constantine, Zatanna, Shazam, with Teen Titans and Villain, maybe Trigon. What do you think about it, sir? Yeah, they're doing that. J.J. Abrams is developing a Justice League Dark HBO Max project, so that should be very, very exciting. And Constantine, Zatanna are all involved. I don't think Shazam will be involved unless he crosses over. But yeah, J.J. Abrams is doing something with that. Away from the DCEU, J.J. Abrams has confirmed that a brand new Star Trek movie is happening. Star Trek 4 is happening. It's going to be, I think it's going to be directed and written by the guy who did one of the MCU, Disney Plus projects as well. Is it Shackman, Saint Shackman? So that's exciting as well because I do love Star Trek 2009. Abrams not involved as a director in that, but I thought he did a really good job with the first Star Trek. So, yeah, keep the comments coming. I just want to find this news on Henry Cavill. It's more of a rumor, but I think we should get it out there because I forgot to put it on today's DCEU Daily. Keep the old comments and questions coming, everyone. I'm just quickly looking through. because I think this is a very important point to make. Keep the old comments coming through. Sorry to be distracted, but I really think it's important to read this out. I like this point by Matt Reeves, by the way. It was very important to me that Gotham not be New York, not to be Chicago, not to be any particular city. I wanted you to feel like, wow, this is a place we've never been before. But it feels absolutely like an iconic American city, a really corrupt, messed up place. Matt Reeves. I think this is important, actually. I like this. Hard Deep Sing. Zack Snyder is very visionary director, but I really don't like his movies. He's chasing pennies rather than dollars. Killing Superman in second movie. He should have made a DC universe, not a Snyderverse. Well, that's a very interesting point, by the way. What should he have done? He's a director with his own vision. I mean, I think WB should have thought about it very carefully before bringing him in the first place. I do like his stuff, by the way, in DC. I thought he did a great job, but it's not something that's going to create a successful extended universe. Just looking for this Cavill thing. Right, here we are. This is from Nick's Comics and Flicks. Let's read this out. Let me just read your comments first. Hope in the future we can get Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Flash, Cyborg, Shazam, Green Lantern, and Martian Manhunter in one film. That would be amazing. I'm sure something will happen in the future about that. Right. This is some Henry Cavill news. This is from Nick's Comics and Flicks. The current Henry Cavill Superman buzz is that definitive news may be imminent. Apparently, WB is feeling the pressure to acknowledge his inclusion in the upcoming DC flicks. Keep it up. Very interesting. But there's more. The NDA that IDJ Weddings recently pointed out that Danny Garcia mentioned last spring very likely is why to date no one said a thing. It could also be that they want to keep it under wraps until the Black Adam promotion starts up in earnest. Very interesting. So that's from Nick's Comics and Flicks. If you want to follow him on Twitter, you can also follow me on Twitter at Movies TV Mad. So yeah, very interesting stuff there, isn't it? So it could be a whole secret, but they feel under pressure to announce something because people are spreading these lies, should I say, to confirm if WB confirmed that Cavill was part of the future. This would be huge. This really would be huge, and it would create a lot of liars as well out there. So there's nothing that I would want more than for this to be true. So let's cross our fingers. Scott Edwards, it's stupid people won't watch Aquaman 2 because of Amber Heard. Yeah. I mean, listen, Amber Heard isn't my ex-wife. She hasn't done anything to hurt me. That's a personal thing. It's not about reality. Obviously, if you're Johnny Depp stan, that's different. Listen, at the end of the day, I have no feelings for this. If she rang me up and wanted to go out on a date with me, I'd go out with her. I'd sort her out. She's a very attractive woman. She's a bit of a baddie, but there's nothing wrong with a baddie. And boycotting a film because of her is really, really dumb. But everyone has the right to do whatever they want in a free society. Hardeep Singh, love from India, man. And thanks for replying. No problem, Hardeep Singh. I hope India is doing well. I'm here in the UK. Cold. We're going to have strong winds by Friday. Very, very scared. But yeah. Love to India, mate, and thank you for hopefully subscribing and liking everything you see on the channel and spreading the word. It's amazing how you can do YouTube and you know your voice is heard from places like India and Australia. It's nuts. It brings us together, and I think that's the beautiful thing about it. Social media is we're told about social media that it's toxic, this, that, but it also can be very, very positive. A Cyber Warrior with or not Amber Heard in that movie. I still will watch that movie because Aquaman first movie is so impressive with super wonderful cinematography and CGI. Great story, great performances, great cinematography. The CGI is some of the best I've ever seen in a CBM. It's a very good movie. The Orm and Aquaman fight, not at the end, but in the middle of the movie, was amazing. I really enjoyed it. The film's brilliant. And to come after such a clusterfuck like Justice League was an amazing achievement, and what pressure James Wan must have been under. Scott Edwards, did you like Impulse and XS on The Flash? They're all right. Yeah, they're all right. I mean, personally, I prefer the Impulse from Smallville. If you ask me, I thought they did a much better job. Obviously, Smallville's a pre-Superman story, so the costumes are not great. They're pre-Superman costumes. It's done on purpose and because of licensing and copyrights and all of that. But I still think Impulse was better portrayed in Smallville rather than Arrowverse. And there's quite a few things that Smallville did better than Arrowverse has, in my humble opinion. But it's great, Scott, if you're excited for it. I think some people are just happy to see these things. Rashmik Bumik, do you like the Eternals movie? It was an interesting movie. I didn't hate it. It's not my favorite thing ever. I thought it had some interesting things. It's obviously going to introduce a certain section of the Marvel universe as well. Yeah, I didn't think it was the most amazing thing I watched, but I thought it was okay. Hardip Singh, can you have a theory about how Flash is going to fix the DC universe? Because I think 2022 is going to be good for DC. You're talking about the film fixing the universe. Well, I think the film has a lot of pressure on its door. I think it's a film that has to canonically fix the franchise. It has to decide what's canon, the Snyder Cut, Justice League, or what I would do is have neither of them as canon, give the Snyderverse its own pocket universe. But yeah, my theory is, Hardeep, it's always been my theory that what happens is when he fixes Flashpoint, the strange things happening because of Flashpoint are part of the narrative, they're part of the film. Where's Batfleck? Where's he gone? Where's my Batman? Why is Keaton's Batman here? The characters in this universe will be asking these questions. The changes within the DCEU will be part of the story. And that's my theory, and that's very exciting for me. Scott Edwards, what did you think of Godspeed as a villain? Yeah, Godspeed's great. I like Godspeed. And he's great in the comics as well. He's a great concept, isn't he? Scott Edwards, excited for Doctor Strange 2? Yes, it's a huge movie. Huge movie, multiversal movie. You're going to see a lot in that film as well, and I can't wait to see it. Hardeep Singh, yes, the Flash movie. Ahmed Hikal, hey, movies, TV mad, let's Flash talk. Yes, Ahmed, please do. Ratmik Bushmi, will we see Darkseid in the Flash movie? I think we will. I think they will launch something with the New Gods, and I think the Flash movie is the place to do it. Obviously, it can't show everything, but I think so, yeah. Cyber Warrior, Eternals are #1, the most boring superhero movies ever. Yeah, it's not an action-packed superhero movie. It does what it does. You know, this is what Feige does. He uses certain movies he knows are not going to hit hard for representation and inclusion. And then you get something like Spider-Man No Way Home, which is just for the love of the universe. And it's a bit of everything, really, isn't it? Starspeeder 3000, to me, another Henry Cavill Superman movie is an easy slam dunk for DC. It's something everybody wants. Obviously, they're scared off a little bit because of the box office of the first movie, but Man of Steel is a great movie. Akman Hicko, is Godspeed the main movie villain or what? No, we were talking about the Flash series on television. Cheeky Lamo, it's a shame I don't think I can watch the Batman in March since we are having a lockdown right now in Hong Kong. That's nuts. I didn't know that. That's a shame. Scott Edwards, what do Jim Lee was being bleeped out about at Fandom? There's something huge. There's something huge that I think is going to be introduced in the Flash movie. And there was a portrait there, wasn't there? Like a crisis on Infinite Earth thing or something. Something big is happening in live action that's going to coincide with the comic books. That's all I can say. So that's awesome. Yeah, thank you for that question, Scott, because that's been a very interesting thing to me ever since I saw that at Fandom. Wasn't it great to see Michael Rosenbaum and Tom Welling at DC Fandom as well? 20 minutes, the stuff they said about Smallville, their theories, some of the stuff they would have loved to see. They're developing an animated Smallville, you know, one of the greatest versions of DC live action Smallville. What a great job they did with it. The things that they were able to do. Achievements upon achievements. So great to see that Rosenbaum and Welling have big plans for the Smallville universe as well. Scott Edwards, I think I saw Sarah Lance, White Canary, on that comic cover. Interesting. But is it just random from the comic books, or is it the one that you want to see? Starspeeder 3000. If somehow Tim Burton could be persuaded to do a third Batman movie with Michael Keaton, that would be great. Great. Not sure how it would fit in, but with the multiverse in play, it is possible. It is certainly possible. And, you know, Tim was ready to come back for Batman 3 and Batman 4. And they took it away from him because his films didn't sell at McDonald's, you know, and merch and things like that, which is a big shame. But business is business. So it would be really great for Tim to be able to get that opportunity to finish his story. Absolutely. Admin Hickel, man other than a speedster villain will not be convincing to me. Man other than a speedster villain will not be convincing. Listen, I don't necessarily, I think a bit like the Batman, we're not looking at one overlooming villain. Scott Edwards, I'm hoping this means White Canary will be involved in DC projects. We'll have to wait and see for that, Scott. I think I don't know. I don't know how they view her. But I think for now she's going to be centered around Arrowverse. But Arrowverse is going to be part of this new franchise anyway. So anything's possible. Right, everyone, couple more minutes and I'm going to sign off so I can have a shower. I've got the place to myself for a brief amount of time. And thankfully, it seems I have fitted everything in. I wanted to do a live and communicate with you people today, which has been a lot of fun. So, yeah, very exciting. Couple more minutes, so get your points out there. I'm sure I can hear you typing as I speak. But it's been great communicating with you all. Right. Hardeep Singh, my theory about the Flash movie, I think Snyderverse is going to set in a different Earth in the multiverse. I agree. Burtonverse combined with the main continuity. Forward, Grant Gustin Flash also appears. Yeah, I think that's absolutely great what you've done there, Hardeep, because I think that's what they're doing. Everything's going to be canon. And yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. And this is what I've been saying about the Snyderverse. It's going to be given its own pocket universe. It doesn't pay for them to totally delete it. Batman, have we already talked about Mr. Freeze in the Batman universe? I have spoken about it. I'm going to sign off very quick, any moment now, Batman, but we can go into it quickly again. I've actually recorded a pre-recorded DCEU Daily, uploading very soon. But yeah, basically, Matt Reeves has been talking about it and talking about how he'd like to do a grounded version of Mr. Freeze in the future. Mr. Freeze is a grounded character. I spoke earlier, imagine being in his position, trying to save your wife, trying to find a cure, then being infected from a mistake that you've made yourself, which meaning you have to wear a cryo suit for the rest of your life. What would that do to you up there? So there's a lot of great takes that Matt can do with Mr. Freeze, but Mr. Freeze has always had lots of live action potential. So I hope that's kind of answered what you wanted on that one. But yeah, I talk a bit more deeply about it on today's pre-recorded DCEU Daily. Catch that a little bit later on. Scott Edwards, will Backyard movie be in 2023? There is no date officially. I have a theory it's not going to be on HBO Max, and the HBO Max thing is a placeholder. I believe that it will be moved cinematically, and yes, in 2023. That would mean that we get Shazam! Fury of the Gods, Blue Beetle, and Batgirl all in movie theaters in 2023. Considering the amount of screen time it looks like Keaton's going to get, that will be another exciting year. Wonder Twins will maybe be on HBO Max next year. Green Lantern will be on HBO Max next year. So it's all very, very exciting. Big plans, and who knows what Warner Discovery have got planned for the future as well. So to be a DC fan right now, you'd be very, very excited. I know the Snyderverse fans are not very happy. I understand, but at least you got a trilogy for now, and I actually think it's going to get restored anyway. So keep faith, but in a positive way. Splinter Cell Tactical Espionage. What's your opinion about Val Zod, the Robert Pattinson tease for a sequel of The Batman? Well, I think Matt Reeves has always been planning a fully fleshed out Earth 2 DC universe. Look, I said it earlier on and I'll say it again. Val Zod has got the best backstory out of all the Supermen. It's a really, really good, amazing story. There's anxiety in it. There's mental illness in it. So I think someone who did that properly would be very exciting. But you can still have Val Zod. You can have, is it Malcolm Ellis, who was, I think that's his name anyway, who was inspired by President Barack Obama. And you could have Kal-El, the OG Superman, all in one Earth if you wanted to. Or you could have them part of the multiverse. Just because you have one, it don't mean you can't have the other. Maybe Matt's planning on doing all of them. I don't know. But to me, that would be very exciting. Someone told me that those comments were fake, but I don't know. But if Matt and Rob have spoken about it, that excites me because I predicted this. And we've read the novelization. Of course, I've seen the film, but you lot haven't. That in Matt's universe, in Earth 2, there is a LexCorp and there is a Metropolis. So he's clearly planning for Superman to be a big part of this universe. In Matt Reeves, we trust. Right, I'm signing off now. Unless I see any more comments, I'm signing off. This has been Movies TV Mad. I am Mick, your host with the most. Just ask your girlfriends and your wives. Like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you never miss this perfection. And I'll see you again tomorrow with more pre-recorded videos. And of course, maybe, no promises, but maybe with a live video again. Whatever you're doing, have a good day. Au revoir. Goodbye. Auf Wiedersehen. Goodbye. And thanks for joining. Please like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you again tomorrow. Till then, goodbye.